Hi, I'm Orby Kelly with American Income. I spoke to you about your benefits through the Teamsters. Is Mary here? Oh, hi Mary, how are you? It's good to see you. Okay, great. I have your benefits package here. They have me using my laptop for quality control and to save us a little bit of time. So if you don't mind, if we could sit at your kitchen table near an outlet. Excellent. Now, do you mind if I give you the short version, guys? Okay, great. Now, I'm just going to tell you why I'm here and what I'm going to do. By the way, Joe, did you get to the meeting where they talked about the benefits program? Okay, great. Well, that's exactly why they have me out here. First off, let me tell you exactly what we're going to do here. My job is to go over the no-cost benefits that have already been set up for you. Okay? Now, I'm also going to review some additional options you may qualify for. Now, I just need you guys to listen and ask any questions you might have, since they only allow me to stop out here once during your service period. Now, do you remember getting this letter here? Let me see here. Police, firefighters, United Auto Workers, Teamsters. Here's your letter. This is the letter that you received, okay? Remember that? Okay, great. When you got this letter, you returned this card. And when you returned the card, what the letter said is that you'd be contacted by someone, and that somebody's me. Now, in today's world, there isn't much personal service anymore, but your group thought this was so important that we come out and deal with this personally for you, okay? Now, I'm sorry it's taken so long to get out to you. We're doing the best we can. There's just so much demand for these benefits from all the union members that we're doing the best we can. But not only did your group think that this was important for us to come out and handle it personally for you, so did 20,000 other groups. Yep. Now let me get my computer fired up here. While I'm doing that, I'm going to ask you a couple of quick questions. You guys have family in the area? Oh, really? How many brothers and sisters do you have, Joe? And they're all local. Wow. That's awesome. How about you, Mary? So how long have you guys lived here? Excellent. Now, Joe, how long have you been with the Teamsters? They treating you all right? Are you getting the overtime like the other guys that I talked to? Excellent. Now, with the Teamsters, are you working for a company, or you work for the local, or what do you do? Oh, so you're with UPS. That's excellent. They're a good company. Mary, you work outside the home. Oh, you're a nurse. You work for a hospital. You're a member of the Ohio Nurses Association. We work with them as well. Oh, hospice. Wow, that's tough duty. You get to see a lot. You must have a big heart dealing with all the family members and all that. That's tough duty, yeah. So what do you guys do when you're not working? You both golf. Excellent. That's fun. Are you in a couples league or anything like that? Yeah, when I retire, that's what I'm going to do. Right now, they have me working too many hours trying to keep up with all the members. Well, the computer's ready now, so let's go ahead and get started, okay? Now, Joe, Mary, the first no-cost benefit I have for you. This is your health services discount card, okay? Let me ask you, how's your group insurance through work? Okay. Well, this is going to be huge for you. Now, as you know, group benefits can't cover everything. So this benefit gives you up to 60% discount on your eye care, hearing care, prescription meds, and chiropractic care. Okay, now, this doesn't take the place of any other benefits that you've got, okay? But it does fill in the gaps that you may have, okay? This brochure has all the information in it that you would need about the program. It explains it very well. The front half of the brochure explains the program that the Teamsters are providing you. All you have to do to sign up is fill out this form here, put it in the envelope, and put a stamp on it, and you're going to get a card like this in the mail in a couple of weeks. Now, I've marked for you in the inside cover toll-free number and the website for you to contact with any questions that you may have. Now, I'm going to set a little pile up here for you so that you can take a look at this after I leave. Now, guys, the next part of the benefits program is part of an epidemic, really, and it deals with children. Okay, this is really serious. Now, I'm sure you know families with children. You've got 2 kids yourself, and when I pulled in, I saw a bunch of kids in the neighborhood. So, have you guys ever seen a missing child report or an Amber Alert? Yeah, I know, it's crazy out there. So, can you imagine what those parents are going through? Every 30 seconds in America, a child is abducted. Yep. And 93% of the children that aren't found in the first 24 hours are never found. Now, this Child Safe ID kit provided by American Income is one of the most comprehensive of its kind on the market. And, whoops, it's even more comprehensive than the ones that you get through the schools. Now, this gives the police everything that they need to find a missing child. There's a room for personal information, current photo, fingerprint kit. You can write down any distinguishing features on the children, and even attach a hair sample. Now, you know, the time to get this thing together is a day like today, where it's calm and cool. And heaven forbid if your child ever were to go missing, say at the county fair or something like that, you've got this already ready so you can just grab it out of your kitchen drawer or wherever you keep it to provide to the police so they can get a quick start on finding and identifying your missing child. Now, the police and school administrators have asked us to get these out to as many families as possible. So, wouldn't you agree, if we got these out to 1,000 families, that if we've saved at least even one small child, that it would be well worth it? Right, exactly. So, we need your help to do this. Let's get this one of these kits out to everybody that you know that has either small children or grandkids, okay? You know, your brothers and sisters, I'm sure that they've got kids about your age, your kids' age, right? Yep, all the cousins, and yeah, we can get those all set up, okay? Excellent. Now, next thing I have for you, here's the accidental death and dismemberment benefit that your letter talked about, Joe, okay? Joe, this is technically a living benefit for you, okay? It will pay you $2,000 or half the face amount if you lose a hand, a foot, or sight in one eye, okay? Or it'll pay you double that amount, or $4,000 if you lost any two hands, 2 feet, 2 eyes, anything like that. Okay. Now, Mary, for you, this is an accidental death benefit. So, if Joe here were to die in an accident, it would pay you $4,000. Okay. Now, $4,000, I know, guys, doesn't sound like all the money in the world, but if Joe died, his paycheck would die with him. And I'm sure that would put a big crunch on your budget, right, Mary? Exactly. So, this would definitely come in very handy, in your time of need. Okay. So, Mary, I just need you to sign right here. That's acknowledging that you're the beneficiary. Okay. Joe, I just need you to sign right here at the bottom, right here in that line there. Excellent, thank you. Now, in the event that the two of you are dying in a common accident, I'm going to need to get a list of emergency contacts from you guys. Now, it would be wise if they're local and over the age of 18. So, Joe, who's your first one? Your brother Bob? Okay. Now, Bob's the one that's in Beaver Creek, right? Okay. What's his phone number? 937, okay. Okay. And who's your next one? Your mom, Betty Lou? Okay. Now, Betty Lou's from where? Huber? Okay. Gotcha. Is she also 4937? Okay. Excellent, thank you. Mary, how about your two? Okay, your sister Susie? Okay. Where's Susie from? Okay, Cincinnati, I know where that is. 513? Mm-hmm. Okay. And who's your second one, Mary? Billy? Okay. Billy's your brother? Okay. And what's Billy's phone number? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Now, I'm sure you guys are probably familiar with how the American auto workers, the United Auto Workers, that they're able to get their family members and friends a better deal on a car, right? Well, that's exactly how our program works too. Normally, if you're not a member, you're not eligible to have access to any of these benefits, okay? After some years, the company finally received enough feedback from the members asking to be able to extend these benefits to their family that that they are allowing now for all the members to sponsor their family and friends for a limited time during your enrollment period. Now, this is at no cost to you and also no cost to them, okay? Now, most of the people are using the each of them gets 10 packages, okay? So most of them are using the 10 packages allotted, but please make sure that the people that you're inviting into the program are local and over the age of 18. Now, don't just prejudge anybody, okay? Because they've got benefits right now or not. These definitely would help out, just like they're going to help you guys out. Now, typically, the first two benefits packages go to each of your emergency contacts. So, we got two of them for yours, Joe, and two of them for yours, Mary, because they're the closest people to you. So let's make sure they're included. Okay. Now, you mentioned that you had a cousin that lives down the street. Okay, well, why don't we get them one? Great. Now, Joe, please do me a favor, okay? Go ahead and give these people you sponsored a call and let them know that they'll be getting a benefits package. Now, if they're at work or not home, that's okay, no big deal. Just leave them a message, okay, that I'll be giving them a call to set them up with the benefits, okay? Now, if they do pick up, you can just hand me the phone, okay? Okay, so you just left them a message? Okay, great. Well, I appreciate you doing that for me, Joe. Now, what I'll do when I leave, I'll send you a text message that you can forward to these folks. That's going to be a reminder for them that I'll be contacting, okay? Excellent. Now, any questions so far, guys? Okay, good. Now, the next benefits are by far the most important and the most popular with all the members. Unfortunately, you do have to qualify for them. So let me ask you a few questions to see where you're at. Now, first, do either of you take medications on a daily basis? So, Joe, you're taking blood pressure pills. What do you take? Yeah, I used to be on lisinopril. Does it make you cough? Because it makes me cough. It made me cough all the time. But then they changed my prescription. They've got me taking a combination of 2 pills now. And it really has helped a lot. My blood pressure's totally in check. I don't cough anymore either. Now, have either of you been hospitalized in the last 5 years? Okay. How's your background? Are you on probation or parole? Have you ever been charged or convicted with any crimes? Any DUIs for either of you? Okay. Well, so far so good. So guys, over the years, you know how it is, you go through benefits changes, okay? And lately it seems like that, each year we pay more and we get less over and over again, okay? This is one of the main reasons they had me out here, okay? With input from our labor advisory board. Here are the people that are on the labor advisory board, okay? Okay? From them, okay? And from the groups, members just like you. They came up with a list of concerns for the working families, okay? Now guys, these are by far the biggest concerns out there. Now, the first concern deals with, these are for working families, you see, funeral and final expenses. The second is paycheck loss. When a member of their family dies, their paycheck dies with them. Mortgage, children's protection, co-pays, deductibles, and lost wages. Losses in pension and retirement accounts. Terminal illness, especially cancer. I volunteer with cancer patients, so that's I know a lot about that. The biggest concern everybody, bar none, has is affordability, of course. But they've set this program up to make it very, very cost effective for everybody. Now, these concerns may or may not be an issue with you guys, okay? But the most important no-cost benefit we've got that's been arranged for the members is a needs analysis survey, okay? This will identify whether or not there are gaps in your current coverage. Now, if there's no need, it will make a recommendation. But if there is a need, I will review the recommendations with you guys, okay? To determine this, I do need to ask you some questions, okay? So, okay, let me get this computer. Okay, let me get the kids added in here. Now your kids are Billy Bob and John Boy? Okay. And their dates of birth? Okay. Now, great. Before we go any further, I have this read-off letter for you, okay? It explains the enrollment process, guys, okay? Now, there you go, okay? Now, Joe, Mary, instead of reading this whole thing, let me just summarize it for you, okay? What it's saying here is, as I'm going through the benefits and you're nodding your head and you're thinking, wow, these are some great benefits. And I can see why the group approved this and the members are doing this, okay? And I'm going to ask you to go ahead and apply today while I'm out here, okay? Now, on the flip side, let's say I'm going through the benefits and you're thinking to yourself, these are some really great benefits, but they really don't fill a need for my family right now. Then I'm actually going to ask you not to apply, okay? Either way, yes or no, that decision does have to be made today, guys, okay? During your service period, like I mentioned before. This is in fairness to all the other members waiting to be seen and to enroll, okay? The good thing about these benefits, really, is they're pretty much a no-brainer. So you're going to know either way in the end, one way or the other. Does that make sense to you guys? Mary, you too? Okay. Now, whatever you do, your group wants your opinion on this officer report form. Sort of like a report card, okay? So it's important that you listen and ask questions, Joe, okay? Now, you promise me you'll stop me if you have questions. You too, Mary? Okay, great. Okay, now, the first major gap that the software found has to do with the cost of funeral and final expenses, okay? Now, at some point, your family is going to have to deal with this concern. Now, This video I'm going to play for you is going to help you understand the need for this benefit. Now, now, the benefit software is recommending that you have $15,000 for this need. Okay? Now, right now you have 0. So it's recommending that you have $15,000. Okay? Now, this freedom of choice certificate, get it out of the folder here. Now, this freedom of choice certificate, this is what has been set up to take care of this burden for your family. Okay? Here's how it works. You don't take this certificate into the funeral home and tell the funeral director, I've got this certificate worth $15,000. Because if you do, guess how much your funeral is going to be? Exactly. Yeah. Instead, you go in and you negotiate the best deal you can, because the money that's left over is going to go to you, Mary. All you do is you assign the amount that you've negotiated here. Policy number goes here. This is good anywhere in North America. So if you guys get tired of this crazy weather that we're having here in Ohio, want to go south, you can move, and it's still good wherever you go. Sign off, and then you're done. Okay? Now, they're going to use a whole life policy to handle this concern. That way it's there for your family when it needs it, okay? I'm sure you can see that having your final expenses taken care of, Joe, will make things a lot easier for your family, Mary and the kids. Or Mary, if something were to happen to you, that Joe and the kids were going to be able to have an easier go of it during one of the worst times of their lives, right? Yeah? Exactly. Okay. Now, the next major gap in your coverage is it deals with paychecks, okay? Now, if you had to go a few weeks without a paycheck, Joe, that would be pretty tough, wouldn't it? Now, what if you lost Joe's income forever, Mary? That's exactly why the software chose to include income protection. Now, what the software is recommending is that you have $100,000 of coverage, okay? This is, because you have nothing right now, so it's recommending $100,000 more. Now, Mary, this would give you and the children 3 years worth of income, which would give you the time that you're going to need to figure out what you're going to do with your life, your job, your other insurance money, and most importantly, to spend some valuable time with the kids. Yep. Now, I'm sure you can see how important this is. Now, this is backed up by a 10-year protection program, so you need to review this about every 10 years because your needs are going to change, okay? So, you understand why this is so important, that your income doesn't die when you die, right, Joe? Yep. Now, the next major gap the software found deals with your biggest bill. That's your mortgage or your rent. Yep. That's exactly why the software is recommending that you get mortgage and rent protection. Okay? Now, the software is recommending here, let's see here, software is recommending $100,000 of coverage for you. Now, Joe, right now you have 0, so it's recommending $100,000 more. Now, if you were to die during your working years, it would be probably due to an accident because you're young and you're healthy. So this is funded by an accidental death benefit, okay? Now, Mary, I'm sure that it would give you peace of mind to know that you and the kids don't have to worry about making a single house payment if when Joe dies, right? Exactly. Now, the next major gap that the software found has to do with your children's future education. Now, this next video is eye-opening. Now, they're recommending that you get $100,000 in protection for your children's education. You currently have nothing. So, it's giving you $100,000 or $50,000 for each of your 2 children. Okay. Now, since you're young and healthy, once again, and if you were to die during your working years, it'd likely be due to an accident. Now, they're funding this through the accidental death benefit as well. Now, after seeing that, I'm sure you can see why protecting your kids' education is so important, right? Now, also included in this is a special $10,000 life insurance plan for each of your children, 18 and younger. Now, when they turn 21, you're going to be able to multiply this by 5 times, or $50,000 of permanent life insurance with no health questions. Now, your kids are young right now, but they will thank you for having the foresight to get this set up for them. Now, the next major gap in the software is found has to do with some of the income concerns if you were to get into an accident and be injured, okay? Now, this benefit will pay you $150 every time you go in for a bump, bruise, or bee sting, any type of accident, okay? If you have an overnight stay in the hospital, it's going to pay you $300 per day for up to a year, or double that for intensive care, or $600 a day. Okay, that makes sense? Now, if you or your family were to be hospitalized, okay, due to an accident for just 5 days, okay, just 5 single days, you're gonna receive $1,500 tax-free. Okay, nobody likes the government, so tax-free is an important component of these benefits. Now, remember, your health insurance pays doctors and hospitals, but this pays you guys. Okay, so if you were to die as a result of that accident, an additional $30,000 to $150,000 would be paid to your family. Okay, this is going to help with any losses to retirement or pension plans. Okay. Now, because if you die, you stop funding those accounts, so that you're going to need those to be supplemented. I'm sure you can see how helpful this would be to get paid when you get hurt, right? Yep. Okay. Now, another important feature of this program is that if you're diagnosed with a terminal illness, okay, you're going to receive some money, okay? This gives you a chance to take care of some bills, okay? And put your family in a better situation financially, okay, after you pass away. Or what some people do is they take that money and they make their last moments on earth a little bit more memorable, okay? Now, the remainder of this benefit will pay out upon your death. Now, the way that this benefit is set up, you're accessing half of your freedom of choice and half of your income benefit while you're still alive. The remainder is paying out upon your death. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. Good. Now, key thing about these benefits here, okay, is unlike your group benefits at work, which you can lose. You know, you own your group benefits at work about as much as you own your job, okay? These benefits are yours, okay? They're member-owned and member-controlled, okay? That means you own them and you control them. Like I said before, even if you leave your job, retire, leave the union, you keep these things, okay? They also come with a strike and layoff waiver of premium, okay? So if you're involved in a qualified layoff, they will cover the benefits for you for up to 3 months, and for a qualified strike up to 12 months. This way you don't lose your benefits when you need them the most, and you never have to pay those premiums back either. Well, it's, you know, we've been working with the unions a long time, so we have specific benefits for the union members. Right. So, what I filled out for you here are basically, it's like having the option of picking 2 jobs, okay? Job A, which is your current job, okay? Now, it's got all of your current group benefits, okay? See that? Job B is an enhanced job, okay? Now, you still have your standard group benefits. And you're making almost the same amount of money, but just a little bit less. We're setting aside 1 hour, only 1 hour paid per week. And with that 1 hour, you receive all of these extra benefits here, okay? Now, that's going to give you the benefits that you own and control for life. Now, which job would you take for your family? How about you, Mary? Exactly. Well, that's what all the members say. It's a no-brainer. Now, everybody wants the benefits. However, it's not really your wallet that qualifies you, it's your health, okay? So I need to ask you some more medical questions, okay? Now, I'm not the underwriter, okay? But based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like you should be able to qualify, okay? But what I want to do is I'm going to go through this Q&R checklist. Now, this explains the enrollment process for you. The first thing the checklist talks about is how things are handled, okay? This program is set up on a once-a-month computerized deduction through your banking system. Having it done this way gains you a discounted rate, okay? Your program is based on the hour power concept. I just explained that to you guys, okay? Basically using an hour's wage of your income to protect the other 39. Now you guys, your program is only $125 a month. And this can be handled anytime between the 1st and 14th of the month. Now which date is best for you guys? Okay, 14th, got it. Okay, excellent. Now, Joe, Mary, almost everybody takes advantage of this program, like you, because of the value. And the cost is pretty small compared to the many benefits that you're getting. I mean, when I look at this sheet here, these are a lot of benefits for not a whole lot of money here between the differences in those jobs. Now, on rare occasions, I meet with a lot of existing members, okay? And we do the service period. So every once in a while, a member cancels. It might be a week, a month, or a year later, okay? We end up seeing these same people over and over again the next time when we go out for the next service period. And typically they're upset because, they're no further ahead than they were before. And most people end up wanting to reapply. But, the problem is now the program is more expensive because they're older. It's based on your age. Worse yet, some people can't even get the benefits because their health has changed. Now, the point is that this is not a short-term fix, okay? This is a long-term solution, okay? Exactly. The longer you're in the program, exactly, Joe, the longer you're in the program, the more value you gain. So, Mary, Joe said that you're kind of the one in charge of the checkbook. So, if this $125 a month is uncomfortable for you right now, let's fix it while I'm out here, okay? It's important to me that this be affordable for you. How does everything feel? How about you, Joe? So, guys, please make sure to keep this important program in place, okay? This is for your family. And the next time I see you, I assure you that you'll be happy that you did.